we live?
We're live.
Hello, hi. Hi, I forgot that whenever you bringing people live, you don't say the last two numbers. You're 3, 2, and then you stop. Hello, hi, welcome to Roll for Bowl. We are a D&D actual play live stream. I am your GM, Ben Competence. We are running Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Speaking of which, here are the Dragonlords. Say hello, Dragonlords.
Hello, Dragonlords.
Fatima, hello. Welcome. We have some people.
Hi.
You're here early. We're glad to see
Woohoo.
you. Gamerbot had his first Odyssey session with me last week. It was phenomenal. Went very Looney Tunes. But we're not here. I do want to discuss that. But later, right now, I want to talk about our heroes. Our heroes. To quickly summarize the story, heroes chosen by prophecy on the continent of Thylia, which is infused with Greek mythology and magic and wonder. They have been chosen to save this land from the Titans who wish it harm in 19 days. And in that time, in that time, the heroes have been looking for strength, wisdom, resources, allies, all these things. And their most recent exploits brought them to the island of the Chimera, which was run by the mad Titan Lutheria. They battled not only the Chimeras, but Lutheria herself, with the help of their friend Bullbug. And they did surprisingly well. They almost slayed a Titan, which was terrifying to her and to me. The heroes gathered up some treasure and are returning back on the island, able to go wherever it is that their hearts desire now. And as we get ready to find out where that is, what's up?
As we get ready to rumble.
As we get ready to go to rumble and go where that would be, let's introduce the heroes. I am going to roll a d4. I'm going to ask each of them to introduce themselves, their character, and honestly, in honor of this wonderful weekend that we just had, I want to know which movie of Barbenheimer, this is a suggestion by Allie, which movie of Barbenheimer your character would see. Barbie, Oppenheimer, or both, or neither, I suppose. All valid options. So I'm going to roll a 1d4, and we'll decide. What was it? It is Allie, go first. Excellent.
Hey. All right. Hi, I'm Allie. I play Callista, who's a satyr bardlock, and Barbie. Easy peasy.
Wonderful.
I feel like she'd eventually see Oppenheimer just because, like, it's kind of like a narrative powerhouse, but...
Yeah, that's absolutely. And let me see here. I rolled a Tammy.
So I'm Tammy. I play Kiki the Triton Barbarian Fighter. And Kiki would not go see Oppenheimer because she doesn't know what it's about. Tammy just found out what it's about, an hour or two ago. And she's not quite interested into the Barbie crap. No offense to anybody who is. So she would just go to the movies, pick up popcorn, and leave. Totally what Tammy would do too.
Just go pick up
Although
movies.
she'd probably go see Barbie. I'd go see Barbie. She would go
wearing
for the popcorn.
the most pink I've ever seen you wear on this.
Yes.
So true, eh?
Pink ears.
I think at this point, pink is a faction that you are that you have betrayed.
Your singer is pink.
So I rolled. Next, I rolled for Jen.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jennifer. I play Curran, the Wood Elf Monk. Pow! Uncle to our Arcades and Ismene. Maybe another one. We'll see. I think that Curry would probably go see Oppenheimer and then or Oppenheimer, and then have no idea what the hell's going on and is really confused, and then would probably take Seema to go watch Barbie.
This sounds
Oh,
fantastic.
She'd probably tell. I don't know what she would do, but if she doesn't like Barbie, would probably just like leave and go f somewhere. I don't know. Just saying. I don't know. That's probably what
That's a fair answer.
Craze like. Let's go.
Um,
Honestly,
who is Cray now? Who is
I know,
Cray
right?
now?
What happened?
you know what? She'll do anything for Seema. Honestly.
Hmm.
let's go with Reed. Reed, what do you got?
Hey, I'm the human wizard. Not Euphemia, Cleon.
Oh yeah.
Even I've almost stumbled over it now. Yeah. So I human wizard slash paladin. He would definitely be at like the drive-in for the double feature. Like, there's no
Mhm.
two ways about it. Like, Oppenheimer is
Yeah.
probably the one that he'd be most excited for, but no, definitely gonna go see both.
Yeah, that's honestly the one that I had pegged of you guys. I was like, Cleon, Oppenheimer, maybe Barbie. That's where I had it pegged. The rest of these, I was like, I don't know. Allie asked if anyone wants to pick an NPC to ask Ben about. Bullbug. Bullbug. I was thinking about that. I don't think Bullbug would be interested in either of them. I think that he would be down to see Barbie to go with friends. I think that Oppenheimer would be very boring. I think that Bullbug would be like, oh, okay, so it's just like a long drawn out movie about how people suck and also war crimes happen. Yeah, that sounds fun. And I think like Barbie would kind of be like, oh, this is
Total
gonna
other
be
end of the
pink the whole
spectrum.
time. Yeah. Yeah, this is just gonna be pink and silly the whole time. And I think there was subtext, and I don't know why movies still do that. So I
Question for you
think
guys. Just quick
yeah.
question. Did anybody actually watch any of the movies this weekend?
Allie, you go first.
I saw Barbie as like a last minute thing on Saturday, and then we are waiting to see Oppenheimer until we can make a trip, probably, uh, to go see it in 70 millimeter IMAX because
Mhm.
it's important to my wife.
Yeah, and see, we watched Oppenheimer, ugh, but I want to watch Barbie, but like with a big effing group of friends. That's what I want to do.
Nice.
I think, yeah, I think Bulbug would go see Barbie to have fun with friends,
Yeah.
and he would just have like two huge like mega buckets of popcorn and catch like maybe a third of the movie, which isn't normally how he is, but just like not really him. I did see the movie. I saw Barbie, the movie. It is absolutely extraordinary, and I want to talk about its messages and concepts and everything, but I also feel like the whole point of the marketing was vague about what it's about because it's supposed to catch you off guard. So I can't talk about it, but
No
holy fuck, it was
spoilers.
good.
No spoilers. I
It's
gotta watch it.
fascinating to me how many people were like, it was so good, because I went in and I was like so taken aback by the things that I like had the expectations that I
Mhm.
had in my head based on the trailers, like based on the marketing. I had certain
Mhm.
expectations and it deviated. And all of a sudden I was like, hang on, I gotta reframe my entire mental perspective of what the story is. And
It's
I
extremely
couldn't
political.
couldn't
It's
enjoy
bizarre.
it. I couldn't enjoy it because I was so like recalculating. So I think if I see it again, I might like it. But I didn't
I
hate
had
it.
that.
It was
I
good.
had
But
this is exactly how I had with Thor Ragnarok. I wasn't what I was expecting, which is different than it was bad, but I was so thrown I couldn't enjoy it.
Right.
yeah, I could watch close-ups on Margot Robbie reacting to anything for like 3 hours and I'd be happy. So like, no complaints. You know what I mean? Also, this song that it opens with by Lizzo is one of my favorite things. So good.
All right,
But
I
we
gotta
all know
watch
I
it
love
now.
Lizzo.
We gotta watch it.
It's good.
All right, now let's watch us.
Sorry.
Uh, Reed, let's do the typical thing. The announcements. Reed, you got announcements, and then I will jump in with mine, and then we'll just hurry in because I want to make sure we get to
Yeah,
drama.
absolutely. So we do have a merch store. You can check that out anytime you want there. I'll bring up the link in the chat. So that's streamlabs.com/rollforbull/merch. And if you want to just quickly browse, it's available on our Twitch landing page. You can see sort of a preview of some of our stuff there.
Gamerbot got the correct answer for Bullbug in chat. I didn't think about it, but watching it, he got the absolute correct answer. Or they got the correct answer. As we have those, we also have new emotes and emojis that if you subscribe, you can get those. They got some of our faces now, which are free to everybody, I believe. If you go to, I'm putting a link in the chat right now. I'm still running some campaigns. I have adventures that are going that players can join because I'm a professional full-time GM, which is going weirdly smoothly. So if anybody wants to jump in for that, check out one of those. Let me know. You can reach out to me here or on our Discord, as well as the website. And I believe I can't check right now because I don't want to pull away, but I believe GamerBot's Odyssey group has space for one more player if anybody wants to jump in on that. And I am ready to begin if you fuckers are. Raise your hand if you fuckers are ready to begin.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. That's
yeah,
a lot of
even
fuckers
my
ready to
girl
begin.
is. Oops.
Uh-huh.
Even my girl is. Woo.
Thank you, GamerBot. So, our heroes have more or less succeeded in Island of Chimera, and I want to clarify something for the players again and for the audience's sake as we head into this. They have 19 days before the end of days. They have 19 days left and places they can go. There are a few places they can visit. There are a few places they can gain power and allies. But where they want to go and how they spend their time is up to them. You can go back and spend time resting or even just forging new equipment and supplies and things like that. I know you have Vulcan. But as time wears down, we are now in the last third of the timer section of this, a little under 3 weeks from the finale of this story. How we spend those days is getting precious. The options we have are shrinking and the time is vital. So, as you guys are on the island of the Chimera, 3 of you, did you return to the ship yet or did you want to return now? Let's go back to that. Cleon, Freyarin, and Kiki, you are on the island of the Chimera. You can simply say you go back to the ship and we'll go from there, but you can also do what you'd want here as you're in the cave of the treasures that they have, that the Chimeras had hoarded.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I went and I walked off because we were having some sort of banter of some sort. And I'm like, nah, I'm out, bye. And I didn't help out Kiki or Cleon to put stuff into the bag of
Bring
holding.
in the gold.
Yeah, because something happened and I can't remember what it was anymore, but it was like, oh, I'm out, bye.
Oh, I made Kiki made a comment to Cleon about getting freaky among the skeleton body or something like that. And
and I was like, no, I'm out. And then I left. Yes, that's right. Maybe you guys actually do get freaky, hard work, sweat really helps, get up not the hormones.
The corpses kind of, kill
Down
the mood.
for it. Oh.
Oh, you're one of those. You're one of those people. Okay. I've been running enough Curse of Strahd that not having corpses present counts as a kink.
Dear.
But so it would just be Cleon and Kiki on the island. What do you two want to do here?
Well, I think we're just gonna dig up the loot and carry it back as best as we can.
Yep. Maybe I could ask Starlight if she wants to help, and she can kind of drag something if I get another big bag big enough or whatever.
Starlight, I kind of want to change the way that you talk to Starlight in the future because I feel like it's a little underwhelming, just the communication style. But I wanted to tell you that if you were to bring Starlight here, she would inform you. You would feel this connection. She'd sort of stand there, sort of proud and tall, in this way where you understand.
Not cut out
she will carry enough to help you and take it to the boat. She will not carry so much that it has to be dragged.
Okay.
A Pegasus does not drag.
No. No, I'm not gonna use her as a pack mule or anything like that, or a beast of burden. It's just, we got like, let's say 3 bags. We'll put one on her, and then one on me, one on Cleon.
I mean,
I
I've
think when you
got floating disc, so I'd just bring that up.
Oh, you butt. Well, whatever. We get the
You
shit back to
butt.
the boat regardless.
I think whenever you I think I want to run Starlight as sort of having just horse body language that you are divinely able to like actually read subtext into that most people can't. But I think that whenever you decide not to use her like a pack mule, she sort of just like lets out this snort, and it's just like everyone else you see it as like sailing, but you sort of see it as yes, that's correct. You made the right call. Um, and all of you bring this treasure aboard. Callista, you fell asleep, or Bellbug fell asleep against you as the bird, right?
Yeah.
How long does that hold, Reed?
For an hour.
Okay. So at this time, eventually it would begin to fade until Bullbug is just
Let me just double
on
check.
like on like like his head's just like on a sleeping Callista as he comes up, and you guys
Oh,
come
I'm not
aboard.
asleep.
Oh, you're not asleep? Okay, well, what do you do whenever you turn
I'm gonna
back
repeat
to?
this. I have taken an Eldritch Invocation. I do not sleep ever. Period.
Okay, yes. So what are you
Ever.
gonna? Okay, so what are you gonna do? Whenever this form wears out.
I'm just gonna let him lay his head in my lap while he's sleeping and kind of just, gently, kind of stroke his hair and maybe catch Kyra up on what happened when I'm not a magpie anymore. Maybe if Chandras is still interested, I'll fill him in too.
Okay. So you. Oh, that's weird. So you get caught up in everything. You all come aboard, and as you do, I think Nessa would be there, and she'd go, oh hi, shh, hi, welcome aboard. Bullbug is sleeping. He's real tired. But yeah, feel free to set everything aboard. I heard that you had a very exciting time. As she just sort of is my voice coming across on the microphone when I'm doing Hush Nessa? Okay, good. Nessa's bedtime voice is not something I thought that I would do, but here we are. And she's just she goes, hi, come aboard. And she's sort of like waving you on, almost like a flight, like the air traffic controller people, just like come on. And she's waving you, which no one asked her to do. Yeah, you guys can hear. What do you want to do while you're on the ship? When you get on the ship?
Well, I think we need to figure out where we're going.
Yeah. I'll let Callista disentangle herself from Bullbug before
Gently.
polymorphing backward, canceling polymorph.
I
Backwards
need you.
polymorph.
Wait, so you're the bird still right now? The eagle, or magpie?
I don't know. If Euphemian's been maintaining concentration, I do not have control over this.
but no. I'm just saying that's okay. Nessa is one of the centaurs. That's correct. I need you to make a stealth check, and I believe your dexterity would be +3.
Okay. And there's no proficiency.
And with advantage.
Or anything, right?
With advantage.
Okay, with
No.
advantage. All right. 20 total.
You gently pull back. Bulbug lays his head down, snores. He was at passive perception 15. I was just rolling to see if you woke him up while you moved. That amuses me greatly to consider. As you disentangle, he's on the floor now asleep. You turn back into a satyr. And Nessa goes, oh, okay. Hi. The real object permanent situation there. You guys are here. What do you guys want to do on the ship right now?
Well, we should probably discuss going down to deciding where we're going to go from here. It does strike me that I believe the Fates have a dragon egg waiting for us.
Do you guys, let me clarify. Do you guys want anybody in on this conversation? Because I had Nessa there, but if you want to have any of the other Scooby Gang or anything there, you can let me know.
No, I was just thinking it would be the four of us talking sotto voce and close to Bullbug.
Yeah. Sotto moche, yeah, of course. So, yeah, feel free to. What do you guys want to say to that? Yeah.
Sounds good to me. I mean, they intimidate me a little bit, but certainly a fan of getting another dragon egg out of there.
Certainly, if we know what the future holds for it.
All right,
I don't
so
know. I just don't know if I want. Like, I understand. I think we got to get that egg, but yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if I'd really want to have a dragon egg in the hands of the Fates.
Do we still have that box that
We should, yeah.
had put a little? Do we know if that would work to put it kind of back into stasis, or?
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm saying that would work one time. Like it goes in once, you pull it out once, and it's immediately active.
Well, what do we know that they've started the process to hatch it?
Callista's the only one that saw it before, right?
Yeah.
Callista, I want
And
you.
Kyra.
Okay, fair enough. To roll an Arcana check. You're very faint, Callista. Tammy's mom says.
Let me adjust. All right. Let's see if that helps.
All right.
Does that help at all?
Yeah. Well, give an Arcana check. Let's do that.
Okie doke. Can I give myself guidance?
Sure.
Yay. Oh dear.
Oh no.
5 plus 1, 6.
Oh,
You remember it being on that pedestal in the cold room with the wind surrounding it, but you have no idea what state it was in. And this is both trying to remember the details of it and remembering what portends an egg that is in hatching or in the process right now.
I don't know.
It's hard to...
If are we interested in hatching another dragon? Is that something we want to do?
Well, we've got at least 4 of us and only 2 dragons.
Sure.
Perhaps 1 for each.
What do you guys think?
I don't know if Cray has adopted the somewhat misbegotten one, but...
I have been trying, but this thing just refuses to listen to reason. I have fed it. I have given it baths. I have rubbed his little wings when he was feeling tired. I gave scratchies whenever this thing wanted. It does not like me.
I have a montage in my head of all of these things that you're describing. But yes, he is right. Through all of these things, there has been no evidence of any sort of change or warming up at this point. One of those things that makes me sad to say.
I think, unfortunately for this little dragon guy, he might be a little feral. I hope he'll be better as he gets older, but that's just,
can we find like an orphanage,
For dragons?
shelter
We'd be the
for
first ones.
animals?
We'd be the first ones.
Where would you imagine? Well, let me put it this way. If a place knew how to care for dragons, it would be rather special. It wouldn't be like someplace you'd have to find. So let me see. What would be a place that you would nominate? Like maybe Valis and Acostas' palace and the Royal Guard, or a
They've
temple.
been hatching dragons.
Yeah, at one of the temples. Like it would have to be someplace that was like worthy of that responsibility. Any place that is worthy of that responsibility probably could do that, if that makes sense.
How
Like
about
there's like a
Euphemian's
dedicated.
Academy?
Yeah.
Well, I
Mm.
was actually thinking perhaps the temple that we had gotten the horn of Balmetria from.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Oh,
too.
in Astoria.
Astoria.
Mm.
That's fun.
You know, I mean, Mitros is amazing. It's a beautiful, huge city, but Astoria is pretty nice too.
The story is wonderful and full of things that our viewers didn't see because they jumped in after we did all that.
We could go see Honora.
Yes,
Oh,
it's been a
yeah.
while. You know
That
what?
would be fun.
Read.
Read.
Yeah,
Kiki.
that would be fun.
Let's do it.
Catch me up here. Did you even like break things off with her as much as just like, well, we're on an adventure now? Because it really feels like the latter.
Yeah, no, it was kind of more sort of a one and done sort of thing, and
Well, I don't know. Was it a one and done or a two and done? Or a three and done? I
Are we
mean,
counting
No, it
by
was
ninth or
definitely
another
just one.
standard?
Was that Aesop at the temple? That was
Yes.
his name?
Yeah.
It's
But yeah, I mean,
weird
why
to
don't
me
we
how
Change
close
the
go?
we are to the game.
subject.
Why
Change
don't we
the
go?
subject for you,
What
Euphemian.
you know, we can always go to. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't know if we should really take down Lutheria and her lair, but it seems like that's something that we might have to end up doing. This Oath of Peace
That's
isn't
true.
going to. So if we only have a limited amount of time, if we get the dragon egg, go to Astoria, or pardon me, Mitros, and then head over to Lutheria's, I think that's the only time that we have left.
So that would be 3 days to the Fates, 3 days to the mainland. So that's 6 gone already, unless I want to play us there. And then we would have 13 days left.
How long does it take to get from Mitros to Astoria to drop off the dragon? And stuff?
Mitros sister, I would say 1 day.
Okay, so that's another extra day,
So 7.
Okay.
right?
So then
we
we'd
down
have
to 12.
12. And I know that Vulcan needs at least 5 days to make the staff that I want.
Holy crap, are we in the end game? You
I
guys are
do
like.
think that. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just realizing the way you guys are calculating time. Like, we could actually be prepping for the end game, like this time next month at this rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, go on.
I
Sorry.
I do think that Crayron's right though that we might want to go face Lutheria before the oath ends because we don't want to have to deal with her and
Sidon.
Sidon.
I'm inclined to agree. I think hopefully we can just sort of sneak in under the finish line and deal with Lutheria. I don't know if necessarily Sidon is going to be something that we can handle before then. I don't know how much time we can dedicate to finding one boar on a whole continent after all.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. I mean, if we can, and we need as much help as we can get because it clearly means that these Titans refuse to actually deal with us unless it's under, extreme favorable, conditions for them. So honestly, I think it's a done deal. Like, in order to get an Oath of Peace, they can't be around.
So, are you guys talking about going to their place and killing them, or going to their place and negotiating with them?
I think it depends on how it goes.
Definitely going to their place.
Yeah. But again, I think allies and stuff would be. I mean, we can absolutely go maybe to the mainland first, so that we can get things going for you, because then we can get our little lady to help bring it to us as we're traveling. Our little siren
Delivery.
Aren't we anticipating that
Her to come
she will
soon, yeah.
visit and we can sort of send her off with the materials and at least it'll be there ahead of time?
Oh,
that
right.
works out too. Yeah, that works out too.
We did send something through. We sent the star medal.
You
but
sent
now we've
star
got the
medal.
Chimera head.
You sent the star medal. You haven't sent the Chimera head. I think if I have it right, in the next 3 days, as in like before you get to your next location, she will visit with the returns of the purchases that you attempted to make, and then you'll have her again. And then it
And
would
like
take
I
her
s-
3 days after that. So ideally, she would have the materials and orders you gave delivered on day 13 using the countdown of the pillow.
Well,
In pillow time.
it makes sense. Pillow time is, has been rather faithful right
Mhm.
now. So honestly, I think, yeah, we'll go down to the Fates. Hopefully that lady comes back. We give her some more stuff. By the time we're done with the Fates, we head over to Mitros. Hopefully it's almost done.
All right.
I mean,
Um,
unless you guys disagree, but that's my thought.
No, that
What is-
seems to make sense.
Let's go save another dragon egg, y'all.
you guys, we're seriously nearing the end. It's crazy. And again, I want to emphasize that the second half of this isn't like a continuation, it's a full-on sequel. So this is like the end of this story. This is crazy. So, show of hands, who is 100% nothing more to discuss, locked in for your next place you go? Not that you're leaving right now, but the next place you go is the Island of Fates. All right. We got that. That's my lock-in motion, which should be like this.
Yeah, I was like, lock in?
Craig gets
Am
disadvantage on their next roll.
Am I playing us there?
Can you clarify?
I suppose that's up to you.
I'm.
Sacrifice a day.
Yeah. Do you guys want to get there faster? Well, I know that at the. I don't know if we ever like close the loop of this off screen or off camera, but the trading post at the Turtle. I know that he had 3 potions of vitality, and I know that we had discussed getting them. And that they basically act as greater restoration to eliminate a level of exhaustion. So if it was an issue,
Fuck.
theoretically, we've got something on hand to help undo that if it was a problem.
You have bottles of. Oh, skip time. Okay, cool. Didn't think through what I was doing and put that there. Cool. Do
Well-
you
Time seems certainly more pressing than ever. If we
Yeah, I'm
wanted to
happy
do
to do
that
it.
and sacrifice a potion, then perhaps that would be what we want to do.
I think even just having it on hand in case, and then I'll just wait, and if it seems like it's going to be a problem, then pop it.
That's clever. That's
Oh,
clever. That's smart.
I just realized I have the trident of fish come in. That was one of those recipes we had that we could have gotten done.
Yes, but it
Oh,
also needs a chimera head.
yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I've got the trident of fish command or trident already. I was just looking for the information about my god rod. Those other things, like that's what I called it, but what their actual names
It's a
were.
great. I don't think the name's much better. They're all horny. Let me see.
Lordly might.
It's the Rod of Lordly Might, which I'm sure Reed has used. Never mind. So anyway, there's the. I'm sorry. There's never been an inappropriate joke on this stream. Welcome to rollforfamilytime.com. You have the okay. So you can make one of these two. It's basically a matter of time. The Rod of Lordly Might costs 20,000 gold, a magical mace, and adamantine ingot. But the Rod of Lordly Might has a lot of features. But the really short version is, it is the best fucking quarterstaff that's ever been conceived, ever. Dear God, this thing is brutally powerful. The other one that you can make is cost 20,000 gold, 10 days, any magical sword, and the Orb of Star Metal makes the Luck Blade. The Luck Blade is a pretty good sword, but it has a buy one get one offer where you also get basically a wish. And for those that don't know, including the people in the stream and the audience, a wish really is what it sounds like. You can, when you invoke a wish, you can ask for anything, even campaign-changing shit. The DM is actually explicitly encouraged to fuck with you a little bit and have some sort of twist, but still give you what you asked for. So do you want basically the coolest melee weapon ever in any campaign ever, or do you want a wish? And both of these cost about 20,000 gold and some other good supplies.
We could eliminate Esther.
Yep.
Yeah, a luck blade could. Yeah, I would absolutely say that a luck blade could remove Esther from the ship. Hmm.
I put him somewhere
But
else, maybe.
A luck blade could. I would say a luck blade could undo one fuckery of a Titan or God.
Could restore Kyra.
Oh.
That's so much better. I'm a terrible acolyte.
No, you're still thinking about defending her, just in a different way.
but one of mine though uses that orb of star metal. We only have one orb there. Don't you need that for your staff of healing as well?
No. Just needs the Gorgon's blood and the Chimera head, and then gold and 5 days.
Oh.
It's not as powerful because it only has the most powerful thing you can do with it, I think, is mass healing, something like that.
I'm not sure.
I just mean it doesn't have like greater restoration or anything. Mass cure wounds, that's what it is.
You could use the orb of star metal to make. Let me see. I'm looking up this instrument. A Cathara, which is basically that small little lyre, portable lyre. You can make a magical version of that lyre that has a sort of zone of truth and magic circle in it. I'm looking at what magic circle does right now.
I think magic circle protects you from certain types of beings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Choose one or more creatures, celestial, elemental, fey, and you choose a good or evil one, and that creature cannot willingly enter the circle by any means. And then it's very hard for that creature to hurt you. Yeah, that is that's potent. I will tell you right now, for your own understanding, the Titans are qualified as celestials.
Ooh.
So this heart thingy could basically be used to mark off a small region that the Titans couldn't physically enter.
And the odds of Kyra succeeding on a charisma throw to come in is good, because I'm assuming she's also a celestial.
When you cast this spell, you can elect its magic to operate in the reverse direction, not letting the chosen type leave the circle instead of not letting the chosen type come into the circle.
Just round up every boar in Thylia and just...
It's a third level spell that paladins and wizards get. Realistically, Reed could pick this up. I want to be fair. This is a great spell.
I could too.
Oh, that's right. You could. Yeah.
I'm a warlock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So realistically, either of you get it. So the benefit of this is having this, like, in addition to everything else, these spells are not like Wish, where it's like your only chance of getting them in the campaign.
If Kyra starts to annoy me, I can just lock her in the corner.
I was thinking just put
You
every
sit
bull
in this corner and think what you've done.
I was thinking just put every boar in Thylia inside of one of these. The regular boars can run out afterward, and then when the Oath of Peace ends, Sidon and Pythor can just beat the shit out of each other.
I want to say, just to Cray, what Jen said about to Kyra, sit in a circle and think what you've done. That's kind of how she spent the last 500 years. She's good.
Time out.
Think about the stuff you've done in the past year.
Yeah. I still agree.
It's
with
me.
you.
I'm stuff.
This is
Wait,
our
when
session.
do we get to play this game again? Sorry. I want to see more of that.
I still like when everybody was role playing like angry feral versions of themselves, and Reed told Kyra, the last time you had an opinion, what was it? Last time you had an opinion, thousands died.
Ooh, that's right. I remember that. Ouch.
Hey, Gamerbot. Spoilers. Okay, let's go on. I want to say this now while I'm thinking about it. This is a brief aside. Gamerbot and anybody else that plays my game in the audience, when we get to the end of days, I will explicitly warn you that the spoilers in there are so huge you might want to skip those episodes.
Yes, true enough. Yep.
You'll find out what I mean soon, but they're massive. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting, but you guys are free to, this feels like a planning session, but you guys are welcome to plan as you wish.
Honestly, while we're heading over to the Fates, since that's our kind of thing, and we kind of can figure out what we want to do and make in that time, could we just say we're traveling during this time, like we're on the boat and we're traveling?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. What was it? So you guys can be traveling. We'll travel along. Yeah, we can even split this up over the 3 days. Let's sail on the ship 2 days. 2 days. So Callista, you're going to be operating the harp for most of this. Okay, so go operate the harp. Go do that.
I will mark exhaustion.
Yes.
And I will be operating the harp.
Callista, you are now required to pantomime playing the harp while we talk about plans. No, so, good. So,
man, if I was unpacked all the way, I would have an actual instrument I could go grab.
So,
Next time.
what else do you guys want to discuss about your future plans right now? Because I'm totally down with letting this play out, like making sure you guys get a chance to discuss these things.
Well, I did have one thing that I wanted to do, preferably on that first night as we're sailing out, is to have a little, I don't know, chat message with Seema and say something to the effect of,
Okay.
"Hello, my love. Some news. Lutheria nearly got us. But she ran off back to her island for a while. We're safe for now. Mwah."
One second. All right, response. Put one of the sequin pillows and shop. I love that idea. Let me write a response. Right. Sorry. This isn't good viewing for the stream right now. But I gotta write this out. She's gonna write back and she's gonna say, "I am so relieved that you're safe. It seems that Acostus rescinded his offer to the Cult of the Snake. Thank you. This kiss is insufficient. And moi counts as a word.
Okay.
And that is your sending.
He's just kind of like takes the stone a little bit and kind of like hugs it a little bit. Hopefully, little one sees, puts it away.
As you guys are traveling and moving along, this image on the you start to see this almost illusory lights at the back of the ship at the edge. I'm going to say sort of where Kyra normally tells stories, and you see like these gold and silver lights moving one at a time, one at another, almost like fireflies appearing and then weaving together, leaving behind trails of light, moving ribbons of light. And then as they start to gain momentum, they start to fly in familiar patterns until they have the shape until they're flying almost in like the stick figure shape of a person, and then they start to move more and more until they're forming the outline of some tall figure, and then those lights start to fill in, and eventually they fill in the image of not just any person, a woman, not just any woman, the most beautiful woman. As you see Valis standing on the I don't know, the bow port of the ship, back of the ship, standing there, hands sort of folded like this, in her in this sky blue beautiful dress with this with I want to say with like a shawl. I want to do old fashioned for her. The point is she has this sort of sea themed dress and shawl and outfit that is completely dressed up for this, as she appears standing there and sort of, when she appears, looks at all of you for a moment and then looks to the side as if waiting for any of you to say something. I will say that anybody could be aboard right now that you guys want for the story, but I have things I want to do, of course, but do you guys, is there anything anybody wants to do first?
I'm assuming I'm not on the top deck, so I would.
You can be if you want to be. I have no preference.
I would love to see Valis and Chandris interact, because that has not happened yet in this conversation.
He used to help out. He used to help out Acostus, right? So
Yeah.
I love this.
What time of the day is it at this time that Valis does this?
Let's say afternoon, late afternoon.
Late afternoon.
Well, we know
okay.
I'm up top.
Cray would. Oh no, I don't know. I think he'd be like working out or something. Maybe.
This is what I want to say is that this is obviously rare enough that I don't want somebody to miss out just because we've roleplayed them below deck before or something. So you guys can be where's convenient for you, and if you want to miss it, you can. That doesn't bother me.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think Cray would be working out, and if he sees this happen, he kind of like drops down in front of her and kind of like does like that 3-point hero landing,
Yes.
kind of like in front of her, and then bows and says, "Your Grace, my queen."
Hi, Valis. Just from the other side of the boat.
I'll see you, girl. Yo.
Oh, she'd love that.
Yeah, you say hi, Valis, and she looks at you just like.
Y'all, I am Valis's what Nessa?
BFF?
Is that no? Allison is to Val, or Callista is to Valis as Nessa is to us.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it? That episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where you find out that like, what is it? Scully is to Holt as Holt is to his husband's academic circle. Yeah. That's kind of that's wonderful. She looks at you and she you do the hi, Valis, and she goes, Craren, give me a second.
Good to see
I'm
you,
gonna say-
Valis.
Yes.
And she's playing the harp in the back.
Kyra will be above board. Kyra looks at Valis and goes, "Oh, hi," and sort of does like this regal bow, and goes, and does this sort of like small message thing to the others, and one by one, she tells them,
Get your ass up here right now.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. She says, Valis has projected her image here. Valis doesn't like to project her image. She doesn't even study the spell. That's why she stores scrolls of project image for special occasions. Valis doesn't want to spend magical time pretending to be somewhere that's not the palace. So it is a deal when you can physically see her outside of that with magic. So anyway, what were you saying, Callista? What'd you say? I didn't hear that.
Oh, I just said hot goss.
Yeah.
That's right. So what's the tea? No, I'm kidding. So Cray would probably be like, "This must be dire, my queen."
It is significant.
I'm looking. I'm like looking around because I've never been a mouthpiece. So I'm like, where the fuck is Cleon? So I'm like sweating. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I'm like, how does this work?
I'm glad that you're well, Krarin. You seem to have recovered. I've heard tale of many of the incredible things that you've done, and you've remembered to pay tribute. That's decent of you. And she,
You believe in us. That's the least I can do. Then I bow because I didn't know what else to do.
I suppose I'll come up on deck at this
Oh,
point
thank
with
God.
Arcades.
it is a
Oh
belief
yeah,
not on.
Yasmin is definitely.
Papoose.
It is a. Grace said, "You believe in us." She says, "It is a belief not unearned." Um.
I just bow again, and can I see Cleon by now?
Yeah. You hear Cleon come upstairs.
I just go backwards, just bowing towards, and then kind of
Oh
put
my
Cleon in
God.
front and be like,
Mhm.
"Oh, thank God you're here. Please talk."
Um. And. Um. Let me think for a second. Yeah, I would have Chandra's. Cleon, do you want to say something right now?
Yeah, well, just lovely to see you as always, Your Eminence. How can we
It is
help
good.
you?
It is good to see you. I'm glad that you have found time to speak with me. I understand that you're very busy sometimes, very often these days.
I'll come up with my mom as I'm hearing this.
Hmm. You come up with your mom, and she says, "Ophia," and you
Oh,
see her
right.
stand. Her back straightens up a little bit. And she goes, "Ophia, you are." And Ophia goes, "I'm fine, Your Grace. They saved me. It is good to see you again." And she says, "I thought we had lost you. I hadn't heard prayers from you in a very long time." And she says, "Yes, that's correct," and sits down. Um,
So you can see that our time was not entirely wasted.
it would seem not.
Did you like the Chimera head?
It is an incredible feat that you have succeeded in, and it is appreciated that you would pay tribute at that time. Um, let's have Chandras come aboard. Chandras would come up, and he would say, and he would just sort of bow and go, "My queen, you are looking beautiful and radiant as ever." And she would say, "Thank you, Chandras. You are
Cray takes
well."
notes.
Mhm. You are well? Yes, my queen. And I have heard tell that you have uh, been loyal to your cause on this journey. And he sort of looks at her, not really sure what to say for a moment, and says, "I've served the crew of the Deaspina as to the best of my ability." She said, "You've also done that. Um, although I've heard good things of your works." He says, "If it pleases you." And he sort of bows and sits down, like sort of on his knees, and looks at her. I want you guys to roll an insight check on this.
Yes, sir.
Some of this, I'm worried I might have to translate because I feel like I'm putting too much weirdness in this. But I want to make sure. I want to see how it goes.
Let's do it.
11
Gamer,
for me.
I don't think you've seen. I don't think some of the viewers have seen a lot of Valis. I don't know. It's been a
No.
long time.
She is a
I
majestic son of a girl.
Y'all, I took the liberty of giving myself disadvantage for exhaustion, even though we're not there yet, and
Mhm.
rolled a 5 and a 6.
Mhm.
Wouldn't have mattered. So insight
That-
check, that's a 14.
I rolled an 18.
17 for Kiki.
All right. Um, 17, 14, 18. So I'm going to say this. For Krayarin and Kiki, I will give you. When she says you're loyal, you've act on your loyalties. And he says, yes, I've served the crew days finished. She says, you also do that. She's sort of being like, yeah, so I understand. I'm expecting that you followed who you're really loyal to, and you have the Despina at the same time. That's multitasking. Is kind of what she's saying. And he was a little bit uncomfortable with her being in their way so direct, and was like, I'm just gonna sit down now. And she Kyra says, Valis, and Valis looks at her, and Valis sort of looks at her like, yes, keep talking. And Kyra goes, Goddess of Wisdom, and sort of bows and then sits down again, and says, you are gracing us with your presence because you've graced us with your presence, and I want to know why. And she messages, I'm saying Cray because Cray was the first one there to like be bowing and stuff, and she goes, you hear her like in her message, like, because Kyra's a dramatic bish, you hear in the telepathic message her saying through gritted teeth, this is a big deal, this is not good.
Can I message her back saying, I know and I realize that, so what are we gonna do about it? With like gritted teeth that actually look like I'm smiling, but I'm actually gritted teeth.
Oh.
And she comes back and she goes, she goes, it's not my story, so I can write it down. Hopefully I'm writing down a good one.
Okay, we'll see what she wants then, I guess. And so I'll be like, so my queen, with our formalities, what is it that you've graced you've graced us with your presence? What can we, is there anything we can do for you? And I look at Cleon like, fuck me. God, I'm a dumb shit.
You've, in time, forged your heart to speak with sincerity, and that's appreciated. I suppose you have been busy, and while Cleon could teach you the niceties and formalities of this, you seem to have prioritized other things, and I can appreciate that. And she sort of pauses for effect and says, the Dragonlords have returned from their hunt. They have found in the forests a great boar and brought it back unharmed through significant effort and through loss of several of them. If I understand correctly, and unless I am mistaken, again, both Valis' ego and Goddess of Wisdom, unless I'm mistaken, is such a backhanded thing. She goes, unless I am mistaken, this is either my brother Pythor, who was chained to this form while protecting you, or the Titan Sidon, whose own arrogance and anger led him to a mistake. They are defenseless and, for the time being, not gods or titans, but simply beasts. It is a feral thing here. And there's no searching of its mind that would yield an understanding of what it is or who it was. There's a decision to be made that would ultimately be unpleasant. But as I want to respect not only the letter of the oath, but the spirit of it, and also so as not to run astray of the fates or any others, I have relinquished this decision of what happens next to the four of you. If you wish, it could be as simple as a feast when you return next. If you also wish, it could be held, released, or anything that you request within reason.
Question along those lines, actually. So we actually heard rumors of chains that were forged by, and I'm gonna like look over at Chandris and just Vulcan that can hold Titans. Do these exist?
Are you still playing the harp?
Yes. Oh yes.
Okay, she's gonna say, I'm sorry, this is a difficult conversation for us on many levels, and I wouldn't want you to have to burden yourself by feeling an obligation to participate in it while you clearly have urgent work to do. If anybody else has any other thoughts, let me know. She is not going to discuss whether you kill her brother while you are busy doing an optional task. Is that fair? Maybe, but that's where she feels.
It's fine. It's fine. I've said enough that I trust Cleon to take it from here. So
You
fine,
have only
whatever.
one of them.
Yes, the other has yet to be found. I want to be above board with the four of you. Sorry, go on, read.
Then for the time being, we look at either losing Pythor or not, or killing Sidon or not.
Yes.
And this comes down to a 50-50 chance. Little more than a coin flip. For the moment, it would seem prudent to keep surveillance on the ball, keep them away and safe, but otherwise alive.
Is that prudent? I want to be above board with you guys. I've had this scene planned for a while, and part of the honesty of that scene was I actually did, in fact, flip a coin before this started.
Oh, cool.
This is either... I'm obviously not going to say which one this is, but this is either Pythor or Sidon. And if you gave the kill order hypothetically, you could kill one of the gods on your side for no reason, or you could cut the final battle in half. I don't want to nudge you either way. I want you to know that it's genuinely a coin flip and not something I narratively structured to be what I thought was most interesting, because I thought the coin flip was more interesting.
PQ will step forward
and say that until we know without a doubt which one is Pythor, which one is Sidon, I don't want to do anything but keep them
safe from others.
That's my thought too, my queen. I
Thank you, Craven.
am hoping that with only 19 days to the oath, that we could maybe, I don't know how things will go, but if we're able to have discussions with Lutheria and have her out of the equation, perhaps if this boar happens to be Sidon, then we'll have our strength and abilities to take him on if necessary after the oath. It might be wise to keep this one alive for now. Your Eminence.
There's wisdom to that. Thank you. There's wisdom to that. Chandris goes, if I may speak, my queen. And she goes, you've certainly earned that right, Chandris. And he keeps his head down, and he says, in my time on this ship, I have reflected on my place, both in Thylia and with the people among it. And... Hey, Allie. People among it. And... I have to say that I have changed in some ways. And Val says, how is that then? And he says, I have developed a fondness and a responsibility to these people. And Valis says, you've always had that responsibility, Chandris. And he simply keeps his head down and says, my queen. And he lets the silence sit there for a moment, and Valis goes, oh, I see. So your heart has caught up with your words at this point. And he's just silent. And she says, "Is this true, or has he become even better at his wicked tongue?" She says to the four of you.
And I say, my queen, coming from me, I hope this comes as a vote of confidence. But Chandra's has been extremely helpful and has been nothing but honest and trustworthy. He's a
Chandra
good guy,
says,
my queen. Your Eminence, you're beautiful. Shit.
"You were doing well until you reduced yourself to crassness at the end."
Oh, that was okay. Sorry.
Chandris has been so honest that he has earned the trust of Crearin. Chandra, speak your truth. It would please me very much to hear you speak from the heart. And Chandris just looks up at her, just sort of slowly, with a different kind of fear than he's had for the gods in a while. And he says, "What I say now is filled not just with a reverence for you, but an appreciation for this crew that I have sworn myself to, in all sincerity." And she just stands there, like, stoically, like he's saying this with all impact. She's standing there stoically, like, "Yes, and yet you haven't gotten to the point." It's kind of her body language. And he says, "We want to avert the disaster that comes at what is called the end of days. And you are aware, as are all of us, that Pythor would joyously let himself fall in battle for a righteous cause." She stares at him just completely stone solid. And he says, "There would be a half chance that we would save thousands of lives, and a half chance that we would indulge your brother's greatest wish. This brings me no joy to say, but I believe you have known me to be pragmatic and forthright." And she says, "You have. I have." She stops and speaks to the other three, unless Callista wants to stop playing music, and says,
I'll just take it up with her in person when we get there 2 days faster.
I'm sure as Valis would say, "I'm sorry that one extra day, you guys are so..." Here's what I think Valis would say if she was a little sassier. "I'm sorry that you guys are so far behind that you can't spare one day to talk to your goddess who came in person to see you."
Well, as Euphemian would say, "I'm sorry you had 500 years to plan for this and brought us in 60 days before the finish line." So
Yes. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted.
Valis would say, sort of thinks about, turns to the other three and says, "Chandris, your ally and my court advisor, has just advised that I give significant chance to cutting the throat of my own brother in order to help you with your cause. What say the three of you?" I want to say right now, Kyra is turning and looking at Chandris, and then just looks back down, like she knows better than to be disrespectful during a Valis serious meeting, but you can tell she's like, Chandris did not just say that. But anyway, go on. You want to read?
For the moment, there is time. We do have 19 days yet, and we still plan to meet with Lutheria before then.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest waiting on any decision until we know the outcome of that. At the time when we know whether we will be fighting one Titan or two, then would be the best time to make that decision, as that significantly alters the mathematics.
It does.
And nothing can happen to Pythor until he sees my mother again. That is a promise I made to myself.
For whose sake did you make that promise?
I found a father that I didn't know I had. I found him in quite a troubled state. That state brought on by that dragon who had quite the hate on for him. I was able to find my mother, whom I had thought was dead. I don't know, isn't it every child's dream to see their family reunited in one way or another?
If you risk Sidon coming back,
We can take him. We almost
Chandris?
had him once.
Chandris, you have had a way with words in the court. Would you mind clarifying my thoughts on this? And Chandris would turn, sort of like, feels like he's called upon for a while. And he turns to Kiki and he says, like in this regal manner, like again, once again representing the queen, he goes, "What my queen wishes to say is that there are is that if Sidon brings ruin to Mitros, there are countless people that would have wanted to stay with their father that would lose that chance." Valis says, "Thank you, Chandris. He is my brother, and I understand the severity of it. I love him dearly. I have mourned for him in his losses. We have responsibilities now. I think that if you judge with a compassionate heart, that is the power that I have entrusted you with. Cleon, you have a wisdom in this instance to perhaps save this decision until you know the fullness of the fate of Lutheria. Is that your proposal?"
It is. We have given her a bloody nose once. Hopefully that shall grant us some measure of leverage with her.
I wish you luck. Is that the final decision of this crew then, to wait and to not take advantage of this opportunity? Craven?
It is, my queen. Once we know our odds a little further, then it would be helpful. Would it be too difficult to keep this great boar safe under lock and key?
It would not be difficult until it was Sidon once more, and then it would be a power that I would struggle to contain. Except for Pythor, none of us could stand toe-to-toe with one of the Titans. If this fails, and I hold him, it will be Sidon unbound within Mitros' walls. Kiana? I suppose at this point it would be appropriate, and if not saccharine, to refer to you as my niece. What is your judgment on this? Do we spare him, whoever this is?
Wait.
Callista, if you have caught enough of this conversation, you're welcome to posit a vote at this time.
Well, I have thoughts, but if you just want my vote, I vote no.
I do. No to killing? Okay. And she says, "Yes, I do, thank you." Can I say that I feel bad that I'm doing this? It just feels so in character for Valis to keep you out of the conversation.
Oh, yeah, no hard feelings at all.
I
I mean,
will
like Allie, no hard feelings at all. Callista will be sassy in person, but
These gods are going to alienate all of you by the time this is done.
Whatever, worship Kyra her. I don't care.
Ophia says, At this point, Ophia says, I think that I've earned a vote, my queen. And Valis looks at her and says, Ophia? And Ophia says, I am not one of the heroes. And she sort of stands up and she sort of straightens her garments and says, I am not a hero. I have not ventured the way that these have. I have not earned these accomplishments, and I have not earned an audience with you. So I will keep it short, and I will not press upon any of my deeds or trust therein, given how long we haven't spoken. So I'll just say this, and then I'll be done with entreating you. Valis looks at her like you've already been talking too long. And Ophia says, we don't abandon the family that we love. And she sits down.
Ow.
And
Your
Valis,
mama.
Valis looks at her and goes, very well, your vote is heard. I want each of you to roll an insight check for a second.
All of us?
Yeah.
Am I correct in assuming I'm at disadvantage for my exhaustion?
No. Oh, yeah.
Just- okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that,
6.
All right.
Just a 12.
10 for Kiki.
19. Oh, it typed the wrong
Hundred
one.
and
but
nine.
69.
Brrr. Nice.
Roll the 10.
yeah. So, Callista, you got what did you get, a 16?
19.
19. With disadvantage?
Yes, ma'am.
Krayarin and Callista, you both see in Valis's face that she's just like, she's completely like, poker face doesn't move, but you see her body just sort of like nod and sort of stutter for a moment. And you see like the first words that might have truly hurt her feelings in years. As she just goes, your vote is heard. Thank you for joining this conversation. And I appreciate that, as you said, you'll keep it short. And Ophia says, I have nothing further to say, my queen.
No further comments, Your Honor.
Valis says, then it shall be, one moment. And her body just sort of like goes vacant for a second. And then she sort of comes back and says, the order has been given to preserve the boar. And she stands and looks around, and there's like this, if anybody wants to say anything, she's just sort of standing and looking around like she's looking for something, if anybody wants to do anything.
Anything else you need? Your Majesty.
The projection of myself is a difficult thing to do by these scrolls, and it lasts for one day. Is it not my right to use it?
Oh, no, please stay. We'd love to have you on board.
And even though she's just an image, she walks along the ship like she's carefully considering each step. She starts to step down and walk by you, each of you, and you can smell her. That smells like roses and perfume and flowers, which isn't even normally part of the spell. It seems to have been something she had mixed in there. And she walks by, and she says, Chandras. And he sits up and says, my queen. She says, you have a way with words and a peculiar insight that I've always appreciated. Regale me with the acts of this crew and their tale and their stories in the way that only you can. And she stands up and says, yes, my queen.
Not even.
And he looks at the rest of
Kyra.
What'd you say?
Not even asking Kyra.
Oh
And-
no.
And he turns to the others and he sort of does this, smiles and bow and walks and says, my queen, for all of the incredible and truly legendary things these people have done, you will not believe some of the absurd and half-minded actions they have taken. And she says, oh, I won't. And he says, no, I must tell you everything. And he walks over and starts to just sort of like catch her up and talk to her. And he just immediately slips into like gently and quietly giving her the like less like a news update and more the hot goss of what's
Yeah, I
been
was gonna
happening on the
say
ship.
hot guys.
Yeah.
Can
All the
somebody send a
Oh.
message to Nessa to track down Versi and intra-fucking-deuce herself? Hmm.
I
Bessie, Nessa?
was actually going to, Your Majesty, a moment, if you don't mind. If you are
Oh, it
going
appears there's more to say.
if you are going to remain on the ship, I would ask simply you stay away from the front quarters.
I'm sorry, is there some reason that I am unworthy or that the front quarters are especially fragile at this time?
By all means, if you do feel that my wisdom is not great enough to take some simple advice, by all means, you are welcome.
No, I'm just simply curious as to why you felt the need to tell me where I am and am not to go. You have some decision behind that. I would hear that thought process. You are someone who makes thoughts with great consideration and choice. You don't just act on impulse, I understand. So you must have some reasoning behind it. I would absolutely love to hear. And Chandra goes, yes, Cleon, what is it? And Valis goes, oh, it's Cleon now. She goes, it's Cleon now. And she turns to him and goes, so what is this insight that you have?
Perhaps it's best for you to go find out for yourself. I'm just
Do
gonna
you mean-
walk away.
Do you mean the captain's quarters, or do you mean
Yes.
the Bowser? Oh, okay. And she says, Chandras, would you come with me for a moment? And she says, my queen, if I may. And she said, no. Cleon has made a decision, and I only want to understand the wisdom that I can learn from a human. Shall we? And he says, yes, my queen. And he starts to walk, and he goes, as he's walking, as he's going downstairs, he goes, may I ask of Acostus and how he fares? And she says, oh, he excels as always, he excels at always, and at the level that only my beloved husband can. And they disappear out of the room.
Nice. I forgot her sass. I forgot
Yeah.
her backhandedness but in an interesting way.
Kyra will sort of sit up and exhale. They are out of the room now. We'll come back to them later, but for now that scene's done. And Kyra's just going to go, okay, well, that was different. She goes, are you guys all right?
She has a way about her, doesn't she?
I don't know, Kyra. I couldn't possibly think while I'm also playing the harp. It's not like I've spent my life learning how to do it.
Right? She goes, Valis is very particular, very specific. I'm sorry. And she comes over and she sort of like strokes your shoulder. She goes, I know you play the harp very well, and you can talk, and we're talking right now.
Does she have something against us, or is she just this is just how she is? Like,
what do you mean? That was the nicest I've seen her in a long time. She came to talk to you personally and made sure she heard all of you.
Oh, okay.
She made sure that all of you got a chance to speak, and she came here herself. That was the Valis version of a gift basket.
Leon, I am obsessed with you. I just want you to know this. I cannot wait to hear what happens next.
We shall see.
Give me one moment.
Oh, I wonder.
Also, in case she pulls that attitude, whatever, again, you guys can advocate for my perspective, which is, if we had them both, Pythor dying would be for the greater good. If we kill the boar and it's Pythor, he dies for nothing, and then we have Sidon and no Pythor.
That's right.
That's very much what I had thought. That
Not to undermine Chandra's extraordinary wisdom and amazing storytelling.
Chandris is arguing that as much as you all love Pythor, and of course he loves Pythor too, you have a 50% chance of ending half of the end of days right here, and he thinks that Pythor would make that risk. So let's honor that.
Can I?
Uh-huh.
I would like to go stealth down using my cloak of invisibility, just to see what happens as they kind of go close to the captain's quarters.
I forgot. When did you get a cloak of invisibility?
That was from
The
the
face.
face.
God damn it! I forgot about that. Huh.
You should really connect with our DM once in a while and like compare notes.
I know.
I should learn these things. Was it
But also, I love these moments.
Interesting.
And Kiki dies next.
After a minute, or so Cleon, you go down. I want you to roll a stealth check with advantage against her passive perception.
I don't have my keyboard nearby. Okay. So I'll just roll it twice. Did it go the second time?
Mhm.
It did. That's it with a +9, 16. Mother trucker.
16.
Guidance bless? Come on.
I can't. I'm actively.
There
casting
is
Bless.
bless.
Oh, that's right.
There is a bless
Oh,
you
that's
can
true.
redeem.
Also, I think I have like 10 of those olive oil things. If you want one of those.
Can we retcon
Yeah,
that
the
then?
apple, the golden apples. There we go.
Can we retcon
Yeah,
that?
reckon,
just to do-
yeah. How does the golden apple do? It's a bless. It's 1d4.
I think
Or
it's
1d6.
1d4. I'll double check her right now, but I'm pretty sure it's 1d4.
I thought they were healing full restoration.
Oh, you're right. Golden apple. They might be like I didn't write
Right,
it down.
that makes sense. Right, they're like potions of healing kind of thing.
But we do have a channel points bless, so you
Okay,
can redeem that if you want.
Okay, let's redeem this chat. This
Is
is
it
what
really that important to
This
redeem
is-
here now?
Yes, it is.
Fatima
Let's
says
do
they
it.
sent you. Fatima says they sent you a blessing.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay, let's do it.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck me.
What'd you roll?
One. So it's only a 17. Thanks, Fatima. Sorry. Oh, dumb. Bloody
17
roll
works.
20.
17 works where 16 didn't.
Oh wow. Okay.
You get down there. You sneak down, and Chandris is standing just outside where the captain's quarters is, and you get down there in time that you hear this voice that says, you hear Val's voice say, "I never answered to you," and opens the door and slams the door. And Chandris stands there and goes, "My queen, did you see what you needed to see?" And she says, "Cleon believes that he's clever. He's certainly welcome to think that. Shall we go back upstairs?" And she sort of does this prestidigitation thing to like put her hair back in place. And Chandra says, "Yes, I thought it wise not to tell you your course of action." And she says, "No, that was wisdom. Sometimes wisdom is gained in most unexpected places. Let's not waste our time down here."
Could I sneaky go back up really quick before?
Sure, yeah.
As if nothing
Yeah.
ever happened?
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I want to say, because she's not physically here, let me clarify. Chandra slammed the door, not her, just for continuity, because
Yes.
she's not physically here. Chandra slammed the door as she came out. But Gamerbot, you have not seen the dinner party.
Oh my god, so
That was
good.
the best dinner
was
party
so good.
ever.
How long was I doing that? It was like half an hour. Gamerbot, there was a scene where they had all of the NPCs that they've met so far that are friendly at one dinner party, and I just lost track of myself and was just doing six-way conversations for an episode. It was incredible, incredibly draining. So here's Cleon, Craven, you get back up there
I'm just like,
without anybody.
yeah. So I as I'm coming upstairs without hopefully those guys noticing, I come up and I take down my hood and I'm like, hee, and I just look, I just like wink at Cleon, hoping that he understood what that means.
Valis comes up.
I try to compose myself.
Valis comes up as regal and also as composed as ever, and says, "Thank you for the warning, Cleon." And sort of moves to sit very regally with her arms like on her knee, hands on her knee, on the ship, and goes to sort of watch everybody as they work, and goes, "No, don't stop on my account. Just please continue your journey. For all else, and wherever your priorities may lie, Callista, you play very well."
Oh, thank you.
Yes. She will. Sorry, go on.
Wouldn't want you to feel alone, my lady. Should I have Nessa brought up to keep you company?
You have. She looks at you. Hold on, wait 1 second. I think it's fair
Insight
to say.
check.
Can you roll deception? I think that's fair to say.
Yes, insight check that.
Disadvantage?
Yes, that's fair. What'd you get?
16.
16. She looks at you, and with a 28, she says, she goes, "No, I don't think that's necessary, thank you." Is there anything else that you guys want to do at this time?
I think I'd like to go to the sort of the main mast below decks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to sort of commune with the Dryad.
I want you to roll a religion check.
$25.
Nice.
As we've discussed before, the Dryad doesn't speak directly. Instead, it communicates by sharing memories and moments. And anything that you want to say can hear, but it can sort of only vaguely recall memories in your direction as a response. What would you like to say at this moment?
I'm just gonna sort of catch her up on what we've been doing. The fight with other Euphemian and the fight with Lutheria.
And as you do, I think that you will see her memories hundreds of years ago of the Dryads playing in the forest. Sorry, Gamerbot, playing in the forest. And as the trees grow, as the flowers bloom, with a joy and excitement of what's to come, and her looking around and breathing in deep, some of the air, but also just the different notes and scents of nature. And her just thinking to herself that this is the place that she loves with all her heart. And that is the memory that she chooses to share with you. Is there anything else you want to say at this moment?
I just want to sort of reiterate to her that what we're doing, we want to do to keep the people safe. Every person safe.
And you remember a point when Despina places her hand to a great tree and closes her eyes long ago, more than 600 years ago, and says, "This is a beautiful place. And I love it. I want to always be a part of it. And thank you," she says to the tree. She says, "Thank you for letting me be a part of it. It's amazing." And you hear this, and for a moment your mind drifts to being able to see the land of Thylia, not in the city, not so much in like the anger and the hurt and the titans and the gods, but in the trees that grow, in the satyrs and centaurs that find life, in the travelers that built homes here, and for all of the grief that surrounded those, the fact that they built lives here and that there are children playing and people studying and learning, that there's oceans crashing and rising full of beautiful sights and so much to see, that you can still see new islands and new places every day, the clouds, all of this, what Thylia herself saw, what Kintamane eventually saw and knew that he wanted to be with forever. You see all of these places here as she did. I have more I want to say, but I think we're on the same wavelength, and if we are, is there anything else that you want to say?
No, I think that's all I can say here. I think, actually, I think I'll just say thank you for being there with us.
And you just can see her with her hand on the tree, looking out and just smiling and breathing in the air. And in this place at the head of the ship, you can tap into the memories of Despina. I would say you can tap into any memories of the Dryad here, with the exception that the spark that is on the edge of the ship is still too new to have any memories of its own. And so that's all I can say for now. Would you like to say anything else, or are you good here?
No, that's it for me.
I have something before.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
After everybody kind of settles and takes off, I'm gonna see that Valis is just sitting there watching. I'm gonna tell Ophia, like, "Oh goodness, I gotta take Starlight out for her stretching and exercises. Do you mind waiting here for a moment for me? I'm gonna go below decks, and
Yes.
I'm going to find Nessa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm
God.
like, I gotta take out Starlight. You want to come help me?
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs to get stretches, because I don't want to keep her. I don't know exactly where she kind of stays, but I kind of want her to get a little exercise, some fresh air. So I was
And
gonna
you
bring
see
her out
Nessa
on
start to
deck.
flex her legs as well. She goes, "Yeah, no, you got to get stretches every now and then."
Right?
So
And I don't want her to be cramped up or anything, or no muscles to atrophy. So maybe you can help. And then
um,
lead her back up on deck, and then I'm gonna summon Starlight in front of Versi with Nessa, hoping
Versi?
to
Or you mean
that
Valis?
Sorry, hoping that Nessa will notice Valis and
I'm
be
gonna
curious and want to go be her friend.
1 second. I'm gonna roll down 1 second. And she's going to Nessa comes out and goes, Nessa's gonna come and go, no, I'd be glad to help out Starlight because it's a kind of, you gotta get a lot of exercise because when you have 4 legs you're supposed to run around a lot and move a lot. Well, I don't know because she's got wings, so it might be a different regimen, but I like to gallop. Sometimes I like to frolic and oh hi, she says as she sees Valis. And Valis looks at her and goes, hello. And Nessa goes, you're really pretty. Are you new on the crew?
Oh,
And Valis just looks at her up and down and just sort of goes, in a way. And Nessa goes, oh, I love riddles. What's your name? And she says, Valis. Oh my god, were you named after the goddess of wisdom?
Oh
That's so
my
cool! When did you join the ship? That's amazing. And Valis just looks at her.
I am so red right now.
Chandra goes, yes, my queen. He goes, Nessa, I don't think that you're needed here right now. And Nessa goes, okay, well, we can talk later. And Chandra goes, there's a lot that I'm sure that you have a lot to do with Kiki, who surely brought you here by mistake and wouldn't let it happen again. Chandra's is going to turn to Kiki and just go, I am not sure where my responsibilities lie at this moment, but I am fairly certain that I am accounting for Valis, so I need to ask you not to do that.
Starlight needs exercise, and I've never had a horse before. And so I wanted Nessa's experience and suggestions on what exercises that Starlight can do.
You have
and then there's no room in the cabins down below. What the heck?
Kiki, you have if I may call you Kiki, you have a beautiful heart and a sense of justice that I find overall admirable. What I don't find admiring about you is your duplicitous nature. And if I did think that you had to exercise that, I don't think that it would do as well as mine. So let's not kid ourselves, shall we?
I will put my hands on both sides of his face. I'll give him a big smack on the lips and boop on the nose and turn around and go to Starlight.
Is this all in front of Valis?
Proud of you.
Oh yeah, it's in front of Valis. And it's in front of Valis, and he just goes, well, that's one more. And just turns back and returns to Valis.
Has everybody kissed Chandras except Cray?
I think so. Yeah. And
Oh
Valis goes, Valis says, was that something that would interest me? And he goes, I can't imagine that it would. She goes, nor I. Please, regale me with stories of what happened here. And he goes, absolutely. And he just returns like selling the gossip and the tea about what happened here. And yeah, he's just, I think that Shaw just really is the advocate for Lutheria, but when it's not office business, he is just the court gossip for her. And as they talk, we will head into the first evening, and we will take our 15-minute break. Rounding off a little bit, I will see you guys at 8:05, and then we will resume the transition time to the next island. Does anybody have anything they want to say or ask or anything?
Can we mark off a long rest now, or do you want us to wait until after?
Just to be easy, you can mark it off now. Given Valis's projection image, she's going to be here till tomorrow afternoon. So.
Let's party it up tonight, people.
So excited.
I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much for this.
All right.
See you all in a bit.
Bye.
You guys can hear me now. Yay.
Yay!
Hello, chicken dick.
Hi. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Roll for Bowl. We have a lot of shenanigans to get up to. So we're ending day 1 on the trip, and it's going to be 2 days. You guys can take your long rests. This
I
is now
forgot
the
to do
more.
that.
Mhm.
Take down the pillow
You're a
there.
monk. You're a monk. It's fine. You can mark the pillow down to 18 days.
Oh boy, guys. 18 days.
Oh, scary.
It
Mhm.
is so scary, y'all. Honestly. But then you gotta get
Ben,
your daddy back. You gotta get dad back.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ben, mechanical question. Do I have time to cast like short spells in between like bouts of playing the harp, or do I have to literally continuously play the harp while we're
Let
sailing?
me. It's supposed to be continuously. What is the spell you want to cast? I'm going to go on a case by case basis, but I'm going to be pretty strict about it. What's the spell you
Okay.
want to cast?
Well, there's two. So one is my like we've just been basically since I took the Eldritch Invocation, taking it for granted that like every 8 hours or so I'm casting Mage Armor because I can do it for free with no components. And I don't want to have to keep changing my armor class.
What do you use to cast? Is this a feature on your class or
Yes,
what is this?
it's an Eldritch Invocation. I got it like way back at
Mhm.
like level 9 or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe earlier than that. Level I don't remember what it was. It was early. We were at Cleon's Island.
Okay.
And it gives me the ability to cast Mage Armor without any components at will. I have just been taking it for granted that every 8 hours I have an opportunity to do that, so that I don't have to then go like, and I cast Mage Armor and then change my armor class, and like it. We had
That's
talked
fair.
about it way back when. But also
Yeah, that's fair. You could do that.
okay, and then the other one was 4th level spell Guardian of Faith.
Let me double check.
I just took it, so it's new.
Let me see. Yeah, you could cast that too, I suppose.
Okay.
Is that really one 4th level spell to just have something protecting you for 8 hours?
Yeah, it's basically like to have someone watching you while you sleep is I think the intention, but
Which is great, but also creepy.
yeah.
I mean, unless
Mhm.
you
And we
like
don't
that.
need it. But I'm gonna just mark off a spell slot and just put down that I cast it if that's okay.
Okay, you do that. Is there anything else anybody wants to? They're at level 11. Is there anything that you guys want to do in the morning or in the night or anything?
Of the 19th, I would just say like, no, I've already did my spell to Seema. Never mind. I'll have to do it again the next day.
Okay. So you're good. Tammy, did you have anything? And Reed, did you have anything?
Nope, I've done what I've looking forward to doing. So I'm just
Fair
gonna
enough.
change a couple of spells.
All right. The next morning. No, you know what? I'm okay. I'm just in love with myself here. 1 second.
We're in love with you too, Ben. It's
that's
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes 5 of us.
At the end of the first night, when you guys are all getting ready to go to sleep, as everyone's packing up, Balak goes, "Oh, is that it then?" And just to whoever listened, and I think Chandra's would be like, "My queen," and she would say, "Oh, it was my understanding that the goddess of music performed a story on these trips with each evening. Is that not the case?" And Kyra says, "Oh, well, I mean, I love telling these stories, but I normally tell them for each island when they're going to them to sort of set them up. It's kind of like an expositional thing, and they already know this place, so it's not really. And Valis goes, "It was wisdom passed on to me a while ago that we should make times for the stories and stories of others." And Kyra goes, "Oh, okay. Okay, everybody gather around." She like calls everybody up. And I will spare you guys, but she full on does the story of the constellation of the Bard, which is the constellation associated with the Island of Fates. And she full on does it, but this time she's like acting it out and doing all of like doing these things and doing all these. It's like a 3-paragraph story this last time, and now it's like 22 paragraphs, and she's like doing all this stuff, embellishing all of it. There's like plot hooks and foreshadowing and everything. And she summons all of it, and Valis turns, and I think she sends a message to Cleon that says, "She tells stories exceptionally well."
I'm sure she would appreciate it if you told her as much.
Oh, you chastised her. Ben, you're adorable.
Kyra? And Kyra stops her story. Kyra's like, "Yeah." And Valis says, "It's good to get to see you perform." And Kyra goes, "Thanks." She goes back into her whole performance again.
That is my favorite Kyra and like
yeah.
Valis and Kyra scene. Oh my god, so good. They're doing Thriller.
Yeah, that's where it is. This goes into the night. I'll give everybody a chance at a long rest. We go into the next day. That's weird. What? Oh no. Sorry, I saw something unrelated.
I was gonna say that's what you love to hear from Museum. Oh no.
No, it's not. I will put it in this chat, and it just so you guys see. It's not a big deal, but I want to be face up. So it goes into the next day. Valis, I think, when Valis herself sleeps, because the project image you can toggle back and forth between the image and you. I think whenever she goes to sleep, the image stays up, but she sort of like has it set as this version of Valis sort of watching each of you.
Oh, good.
And
A
then,
Valis screensaver.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Slowly sliding across the surface of the boat. Everybody cheers when she hits the corner.
Oh.
Man, we're roasting Valis, but she's actually been pretty awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean.
I genuinely, I've said this to all my players. I have a great love of having one hero NPC just insufferably awful. It's my new favorite tradition. The next day, Cray, I imagine you'd be the first one up because you would like meditate on the boat for like 6 hours. Like you would be. Allie, I can't always. I'm not. You look at the camera. You gotta hit me up. What's up?
I don't sleep, so I'm up and playing.
Okay. I think that
Just placing myself at the scene in case it matters. I will mind your business if it doesn't.
Thank you, Fatima, as well. Everybody's like, actually, you do not pull this shit with Callista. And
Given that Callista
okay,
didn't go to sleep, technically she's not up.
That's fair. But I said a whole Eldritch invocation to make sure that I never had to sleep, so that Luthira could never fuck with me. So I'm just gonna be very clear.
I tried to kill you all in your dreams like one time. and you all keep bringing it up.
Twice.
I'm like,
Mhm.
none of that like Craven, you're awake and everyone else is dying shit. Like, no, I'm up.
What about Krarin, you're lucid, and everyone else is dying? Because I've been able to do that recently. That was
That's
fun.
fair.
That's okay. Craven already knows he's like doomed with Lutheria, so he's just like, well, might as well have a good time.
Yeah.
Callista,
But yeah,
since
he'd
you're
be up. Yeah, Callista and Cray would be up early. They'd be like, I don't know. I guess Cray would be the first time and be like, don't you need like sleep?
Me?
Yeah, like I
No.
thought you were sleeping like night before last.
No, so I've been sleeping when I need to recover from exhaustion.
Okay.
But I don't really sleep otherwise. It's just safer
Cool.
that way.
Has been something happening in your sleep?
I mean, that's when Lutheria can talk to you. So.
Oh, yeah, well, that bitch, whatever. She can talk to us anytime, apparently, now.
Well, the Kyra's energy invigorates me, and I no longer need sleep to rest. So
That's awesome. I mean, I know you're playing the harp right now, but you can pick and choose kind of what you want to play while you're on here, right? It doesn't have to be the same. Could you do like a workout song, like I don't know, something with like a fast beat, and I could be like just working out, and I could like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Bump,
cool.
Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool,
Why not?
cool. I like that. I like that.
We'll find a harp cover of Eye of the Tiger, and I'll go ahead and...
I love it. Okay, let's do that. And
Eye
then
of the
I'll
Tiger, of
go.
course, being known as an Eye of a Tiger, is a key ingredient in a potion of vitality and awareness that sharpens the mind and body.
And so, Cray, with this, I don't know if the rest of the boat appreciates having such an upbeat song first thing in the morning at the crack of dawn, but it's happening.
I'm going to say, so at the crack of dawn, just as the sun starts to rise, Valis's sort of screensaver image turns her head again and says, I trust that we're all well rested. And when she says this, her body, like the dress that she's wearing, kind of melts into this completely different, more ruffled, complex dress that's like sort of oranges and purples of like the sunrise.
Oh, so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's got this whole thing and like this golden necklace and everything, just to completely to do with these gloves and everything. Yes, Valis went and actually got a costume change for her projected image, is where her priorities are.
Yes.
So there would have been a moment where she would have been naked had somebody been on deck when she changed.
No, I'm thinking it updates when she reconnects with it, is how I see it.
Refresh rate, frame refreshes.
Yeah, but she, if it's satisfying to you at all, she would have definitely canonically gone to another room and been like, quickly, I have to return there, and had people like put her in the other dress. She's got so many dresses. Remember. So what was I gonna say? She's here to watch. Yeah, you guys are awake. I think that Buffering Bullbug would come in the morning and check on Callista and just be like, so, you ask how you sleep, but
How do you sleep? How do you feel?
okay, weird dreams, things like that, but I'm just, I mean, it was a rough, it was a rough, day yesterday, and I'm glad that we're, what's up?
What kind of dreams did you have?
Oh, it was a scary day yesterday, so I just have to imagine those were sort of, a part of that.
I mean, do you want to tell me about it? You can tell me about it.
I want you to make a persuasion check.
All right. And let's throw in that disadvantage. Okay, well, that's pretty good. I rolled a 14 and an 18, so that's a total of 23.
I'm going to roll an insight check.
Okay. Oh man, the other one was nat 20. 21 total.
With your insight and your persuasion, 21 insight. He is avoiding telling you what dreams he had.
Mm.
And my 23 persuasion didn't do it.
No. It does. That's why I'm bringing this up. And he
Okay.
goes, I am. I think that I fucked up. And then when he says that, the image of Valis goes, hello, and he looks at her and goes, oh, hi, Your
Alice is
Majesty.
here.
He goes, oh,
Sorta.
you see his face sort of like blush a little bit. He goes, I think I messed up.
What happened? Was it Lutheria?
Well, I mean, yesterday I attacked her.
Yeah.
And I charged at her. And well, she seemed kind of mad about that when we talked later.
Later. I see.
Yeah, she kind of showed up and she and I had some words. Seems like I maybe crossed a line that she doesn't really like so much. And so she wanted me to apologize for that, and I was kind of hot from before. So I think I did something that was like maybe the opposite of apologizing.
Went full Crayrin.
Cray would be proud.
Yeah, I guess I did.
I yelled out, I am, as I'm like hanging out, like way
And-
up, just working out.
You don't
on the...
all eavesdrop on my personal conversations, okay? I'm on deck doing us a favor.
And
Fine.
Valis,
I'm proud
when
of
you
you,
say-
Bulldog, and I go away.
when you say that,
Allie says you can stay. Callista yells that you don't have to listen.
Valis says, tell them the cost ball bug. And he goes, what? He goes, Lutheria doesn't take things lightly, and you're clearly hiding something from Callista. I don't think she would appreciate you dragging out whatever it is. Is that wrong? If I'm mistaken, and I have read you incorrectly, you can certainly let me know. And he goes, oh no, you're wise. You're the goddess of wisdom and all of that, and that's a good dress too, by the way. She goes, thank you. He goes, yeah, well, Lutheria told me that she wants to, that if I want to be on her, now how do you feel about obscenity, my queen? And Valis goes, I don't imagine that it's necessary among the intelligent. And he goes, all right, well, she said that if I really want to be on her poop list, that she can make that happen. Whether I'm ready for it. And I told her I wasn't afraid of that. And she asked me if damn it, Callista, she asked me if Stygian Rill feels the same way.
And like sour notes on the harp, and the sky gets real cloudy for a second.
Cal, the rest of you are either protected or you have the gods or you're by yourself or something like that. She knows that I didn't have those. Versi didn't set those aside for me. And she knows who I am and where I came from. She knows where my family is. And I'm not a smart guy. But I know she wants to break me just to hurt you. Which means she wants to hurt my family just to hurt you. Which, in my opinion, makes her it's rude.
Yeah, it's kind of bitchy.
I'm scared, Callista.
Me too. I mean, we have to tell the others. I mean, I don't know what we can do, but
I
they're
do.
smart. They can figure it out. You do?
Valis says, use your words. And he goes, I'm getting to that, Your Majesty. And he stops. Because Valis is clearly 12 steps ahead in this conversation.
Yeah.
And he goes, she made me an offer.
Oh no.
Fucking bitch.
Her offers are not. What was the agreement?
She'll forgive me and leave everything alone. If I come with her.
Go to her barge or where? When?
She didn't
What?
tell me the whole thing. She told me she thinks I'll want to think about it.
So you didn't agree to it yet?
It's not just my family over there, Callie. It's that whole community. Is that whole place that Acosta's treated like a chip. Now she's doing it too. No offense, Your Grace. Your husband is... and Valis goes, you can speak your mind. He goes, okay. Anyway, it just turns back. Says, I didn't take the deal. She wants me to think about it. She's coming to see me soon. In her way. I'm gonna ask this once, and it's gonna be a real dumb question, but I gotta be dumb once in a while. And Valis, I apologize in advance for this part. And Valis says, you're in an exceptional situation. You can, within reason. And he says, Callie, I want you to be honest with me. You think we can go kick her ass right now? You're cutting out, sorry.
Sorry, we almost had her. I mean, I'm scared, but everyone else seemed pretty confident. We could try. I mean, we'd have to talk to the others, but
No, that's a no.
it's not a no. It's just I'm.
And I think at this point he's sitting cross-legged, and he's gonna sort of raise his head and look at you, and he goes, I am not going to ask you to risk everything for my sake just so you can try.
We all would. I think they deserve that choice.
I know that you would, and that's why I won't let you. Because you're the type of person that would.
Well, if the choice is lose you or face her, It's easy. That's an easy choice.
Vala says, I believe she wanted to be a group discussion, Bulbug, and he goes, yeah, I guess she did. You get the others. I gotta do my morning stretches anyway.
It's your choice. If you don't want me to involve the others, I won't, but I think they should be a part of the conversation.
I'm speaking to a prophecy hero and the goddess of wisdom. I'm not gonna tell you what I think is the right thing right now. I'm gonna wake up a little bit, just sort of get myself together. Fallen! And the centaur over there goes, Brill! And he goes, do you want to lift barrels? And Fallen goes, why? And Bulbug goes, barrels. Fallen goes, yeah. And they just go and they get barrels. They're going to start doing some
Send
exercises.
Kyron back.
What was that?
I know he's over there. Send Kyron back.
You guys can reunite at your pace if you want to bring them over here. When
I just mean
like
I know
this,
Kyron's with Folan, so Bulldog, please send him back to me.
He would. When you guys are doing things like this, you don't need to rationalize where everybody is on the ship. You guys can be here or not as you want to be, unless I say otherwise. Cray, you can rejoin.
Kyron, I can't go below deck, but could you get Euphemian and Kiki? We need to talk.
Yeah. I've got lots of movement, no problem. Cal needs us. I just
Kyra's just so. Sometimes you just run by,
Sweating.
and Kyra's that gif of that glee gif of that lady just going. But anyway,
I'm just racing. Yeah.
I think some of the new viewers missed Kyra's horny for foot speed thing that was going on for a while. So what was it? So you guys, those who want, first show of hands, who wants to be together for this conversation?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are together. You guys can discuss this.
I will fill them in. And I guess do you guys want Bulldog here too? Should we talk about it first? I mean, I don't know that I feel comfortable telling him what he can and can't do if he wants to make a deal, but I didn't think you guys would want to just let him hand himself over.
I don't think we should be arbitrarily dispersing his fate either, so I might as well have him as part of this conversation.
Can one of you grab him? I can't leave.
Yep, I've got it. No problem.
Thank you.
And I go zoop, zoop. And
Yeah,
can I say that, like, during this really brief, like, I can have a pretty high passive perception. I think can tell that Callie is pretty distressed. So as we're having this conversation, she hasn't rested all day. I'm just kind of like giving her shoulders a bit of a rub, and just kind of helping her like feel better from like doing all this work.
That sounds fantastic. Yes, you can absolutely do that. I love that completely.
And I go zip, go get Bulbug, zip, come back.
Zip, zip, zip. You guys, you zip back and forth. Yeah, so you bring them together. You bring Bulbug together, and he would just sort of be there, sort of solemn, and go. So you all have she's told you everything, right?
More or less.
So well, I don't know what to think there, so whatever it is you guys want to say, you may as well say it. I'm all ears.
Bulbug, you have been here for us in spite of everything at all.
Because of everything.
If you need us to turn this ship around and go fight a Titan, I'm gonna take out Titan's Bane. I'm going to sort of drive its point into the wood of the ship.
Sorry, Dryad.
I can't ask you to do that.
Yeah, you can.
Kill.
We're bros.
I mean, yeah, obviously we're bros, but you got to take the time getting ready. And I mean, she's not dumb. If she did this and she thinks you're going to come after her, it's probably a trap. So you'd be going into a trap for my sake, and that doesn't seem fair to you.
Bullbug, it's gonna be a trap no matter what it is. She's been waiting and hungering for us no matter what. It's either now or never. She's just trying to move the timeline up.
She told me that I'd be safe if I went with her. But
Don't believe her. She twists words.
She said the same to Cal when she took her away and petrified her. Wait, she was already petrified.
Yeah.
But she said the same to her. She plays with words.
I do not trust that bish for a second.
I'm gonna look over at Valis briefly.
Val, I think when you look at Val, Val's just gonna give a small nod, like a very small nod, like if you are discussing Lutheria's trustworthiness, you may use the phrase "I don't trust that bitch." It's kind of her one response.
Honestly, I think at this point, Cray does not give a shit if Valis is there.
And Bullbug is just gonna say, "Listen, if you want to go and fight her, Lutheria, and go kick a Titan's ass, I would love to do that. I'd love to do that myself." And honestly, she didn't seem to mind too much whenever I hit her. She was just sort of offended. So I don't know what I could do. And it's...
I'm going to flip Titan's Bane around. And I'm going to offer him the hilt of the sword.
Are you sure?
I've got one of my own, plus a number of other tricks.
That's your man, Kiki. That's Jen talking to Kiki.
He's gonna take the sword.
Yep.
And hold it. And pull it like gently and goes, Do I have to make a promise of any kind or oath or...
All it asked from me was to kick some Titan ass.
I will do, to the best of my ability, everything I can to kick some Titan ass. And he closes his eyes with the solemnity of this. And opens his eyes and he says, "Can I be honest with you all?
Always.
I care about you a lot, and I care about my family back home. And I hadn't told Lutheria my answer yet, but I have a responsibility to people. And he turns the sword over and goes, I I was kind of coming to try to say goodbye to Callista. But, I guess I can't really hide my feelings that well from her. She's good.
Not great at goodbyes.
I'm trying. You won't let me.
Bullbug, neither of us will let you. None of us will. The theory doesn't deserve you.
If you mean that, I'll come with you, and we can go to the Nether Sea and face her. That means I'm gonna have to tell her no when she sees me tomorrow. And that means that she's gonna know that I'm arguing with her, so it's gonna be a rough few days after that. I want you to know that I'm asking a lot of you when I put this on you. And I don't want you to take it lightly. If any one of you right now wasn't sure, I would tell her immediately, and that's what I want. I want you to be safe. I want them to be safe. So I would not. I'm not good with words. I'm not Cleon, but the opposite of upset. So I'm not going to say no to this, but I want you to be sure, because it's a lot to ask. I think it's the most you can ask. I don't think you can ask more than fighting a Titan for somebody.
Can I tug on his tail like Cal
Mhm.
did to Chandi?
Mhm.
I tug at his tail a little bit and be like, "We got you, bro."
Yeah, I guess you do.
Look at it this way, Bullbug. We told you that we were going to fight 2 titans, and you didn't even have to be asked.
Guess it's what you do.
This is what you do. Do not ask me for a group hug, but I'm not doing a group hug right now. I know this feels like it. I don't want one.
Crayrin wants a group hug, you guys.
Oh God, no.
I think Crayrin
No.
wants a group
No,
hug.
Bulbug holds
Cray.
Bulbug holds out his arms like in everybody's way. He goes, Krarin just offered to walk into hell for me. If Krarin doesn't want a hug, he's not going to get one. It's fine.
Thanks, bro. I Bullbug, thank you.
And he just pulls you real fast because you're not going to.
Oh God!
Yep.
I got in the moment. I'm sorry.
Hey, Valis,
Yeah.
Alice goes, yes.
we can't get to the Nether Sea overnight.
I understand, and it's your intention to tell me that I will not be present when you get there, correct?
Well, that too.
Allie, Ben doesn't get what you're getting at.
It's fine. He's gonna say no, and you're responsible for Stygian Row. You're their queen.
Yes, I am. And it's a responsibility I don't take lightly.
Lutheria will be coming.
I want you to understand that there is any arithmetic about what we do here, that it would be the most sensible thing to offer your friend without hesitation. And Bulbug goes, yeah, that's true. And she says, I wasn't finished. And he goes, sorry. Sorry about that. And bows his head, and she goes, there's a wisdom in knowing when compassion comes before pragmatism. And I will do my part to protect this place to the best of my ability. Although please keep in mind that I have several tasks ahead of me and I'm very busy.
Just above the table, I'm just going to point out that Bullbug ate like 3/4 of the damage points that came at us in that last fight. Like, he was key to us not dying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we don't
Also,
abandon or sacrifice family.
I also kind of want to say to the queen, we are trying our best, but family comes first. Please keep the boars safe. Please keep Styger and Rose safe, and keep yourself safe. Family is family.
It is. And that is insightful, Craren, in a way that I think holds a meaning few appreciate. I have an obligation to the people of this continent that I take with the utmost sincerity. And if you had felt truly that it was in your best judgment for me to sacrifice and make that sacrifice of the creature that I have now, I would have cut its throat and my heart in twain. And I don't know that I would have ever been whole, but I would have done it. And right now I am grateful that those who take this mantle do so with an appreciation and respect for the people that are here. And I wish you well.
Thank you, Your Grace. You are absolutely stunning and lovely this morning. Have a good day. I bow. A lot less awkwardly than I did yesterday.
Leon. At the times when it is born responsibly, thank you for your insight. I would ask that you consider more the weight of it when you use it. And perhaps some clarification on your warning about the door would have been more appreciated. I have to imagine that this is a mistake about which you feel terrible and will seek to make amends. Otherwise, thank you.
I'll just silently nod.
Ballista?
Your Majesty.
Chandris has informed me that you tend to make Kyra smile. Your other actions speak for themselves, but I want you to know that that's been heard.
Thank you.
Kiana, your father is a drunkard and a fool that put himself in this situation. He's in danger right now due to his own short-sighted inability to control himself, which is regrettable. But he has gone through many changes, and I can't imagine a compliment coming from who he is now to mean much. And I don't want to insult you by giving you something so short-handed as the words of an actual pig. But I have to imagine that at the height of who he is and was, you would have been very proud to see who you are now. And as a reference, I know that I am impressed. I ask one thing, if I may ask you a favor.
Anything.
It seems something that I don't need to reiterate, and yet I find myself doing so anyway. That if you are responsible for everybody on this ship, that includes the safety and well-being of Ophia. See her safe.
I will. Thank you, Auntie Highness.
I've delivered my message and I have things to attend to, and in a moment I will be wearing my sunrise wear into the afternoon, which is farewell. And the lights begin to unweave themselves, stitching apart until they are once again just fireflies, the lights moving rapidly until they move and come apart, leaving you in the open sea, sailing to the island of the Fates.
Once I'm certain she's gone, I just go, damn, she's cool.
Chandra goes, yeah, she is. And you see Chandra's shoulders relax. And he goes, yeah, she,
You know, as brusque as she is, she does help in her own way, but she just likes things her own way.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
And Chandra's,
Chandra.
yes?
Oh. No, if you wanted to say
No, when you
something.
say she likes things her own way, he would say, well, I suppose if you were both a god and the smartest being that's ever been, it would, at some point, it would be hard to give credence to another perspective.
Hey, Chandra.
Yes.
How do you feel about going to fight Lutheria?
I think that life takes in very interesting turns and then the unexpected, and I knew that at one way or another, I would want to meet her and set things right. It seems that I've had to true to that promise, just not in the way that I expect.
You're a good
Well,
man.
but what's that?
You're a good man.
He goes, there's not even such a thing.
You can start being one, being the definition of it.
I just want us to be able to pursue our pleasures, such as they are, and if she is truly as distant from who I thought she was as she is, then she would be the end of revelry. Can we let that be enough? Must I be a good man by your definition? Can that be enough?
Do
Don't
what
try
you
to
want,
be
but
a
if
good
you-
man, Chandras. Just be a man. Let history make its own judgments.
I can appreciate that.
You need a template, by the way. I'm gonna nod my head over at Bulldog. Good men exist.
I suppose the one thing that I hold true to Lutheria's teachings is that true virtue is in the simple seeking and knowing of pleasures in yourself, and I guess if we're gonna follow that, we'll start with the simple part. Bulbug will keep you safe. And Bulbug goes, "Yeah, you will." He like gives him like this, like grabs him and shakes his hand, and Sean just like shakes his hand and like sends like this message to Callista. He goes, "Does he even know that I just insulted him?"
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I don't think you'd care.
And shakes the hand and yeah, as that happens, I have two questions. Euphemian, you said that you would turn the boat ship around. Just me being a pedantic GM, whatever. How literal was that in terms of like, are you guys skipping a day from the Island of Fates to go here, or like, what is that in this regard?
I mean, yeah, there are people in this real peril here, so I think as literal as possible, we would be basically scratching the Isle of the Fates at the moment and heading straight to Charybdis.
Okay. Show of hands. Who is on board for that swap?
You said we do it, we're doing it.
Let's get the compass out, set sail, and
What was that about the end of days there, Ben?
I have no idea what's going to happen, but presuming things are, and I only say this with the presumption that things go the way that they seem to be going, and not as a promise or a vow or an oath. But assuming that this stays on track the way it is, we'll get the compass, we'll update, and we will set sail to the final battle with Lutheria, starting next session. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you all. Oh my god, Ben, ridiculous.
I want to be
So
very,
good.
very clear about something. When Bulbeck said, "I didn't intend to tell you, but you have a way of getting these things out of me," that was true. My plan for a week has been for you guys to wake up and Bulbug was gone. But I thought narratively it would be better if Allie got one scene with Bulbug in the same session where I pulled him away. And I thought that I could pull a fast one. And I even rolled deception checks for him. And she was on those all the way.
Oh.
So
I
she...
had a disadvantage, and I didn't guide myself.
The
Yeah,
dice
but
tell
he's
a
also
story.
a fighter with a charisma
I
score
know.
of about 2.
if I had pulled it off on hiding it, I will tell you right now, since it's not going to happen.
Love speaks.
He was going to make a deal with he was going to make a deal. I had all scripted out with Lutheria that you, Callista, and the crew would be safer without him there. As long as he went with her, you would find out that he was her willing hostage. And here's the fun part I had figured out. The way you would find out was that you would be magically gifted a necklace that when you wore it would evoke the memory of their conversation and then would give you +1 to all saving throws because you are safer without him there.
Oh my god, that's
god.
so smart, but also fuck that.
You were going to get a permanent huge stat boost and then realize after you started using it that it was the gift Bulbug left you when he was gone.
Hey Ben,
Yeah.
you probably don't even remember this. Do you remember the original present I wanted to get Bulbug instead of the decorations for his horns?
No, what was it?
+1 to all saving throws.
Mhm.
There you go.
I was
I
going
don't
to
remember
spend
that.
all of my money on a magical item for him.
Yep. I remember that.
That's incredible.
See, people, hire Ben as your GM. He'll take you through freaking emotions. Mm.
So much
Your butt.
emotion.
His charisma is 20 in my heart, for real. Big same.
Thank you all for coming.
Wow.
Actually,
Thanks,
you know,
guys.
I'm just gonna say, I wasn't gonna say, but just because Tammy said that, I am trying to start a new Roll for Bowl campaign tomorrow at 11 p.m. Pacific time. It doesn't have enough people. If anyone wants to join, let me know.
You mean
But
Odyssey?
yeah, Odyssey, not Roll
That's
for
like
Bowl.
another roll for
He's
ball.
trying to
That's us,
replace us,
dude.
everybody.
No?
Better roll
Before
for
the
Bowl.
end of days. Before the end of
no.
days.
A better Roll for Bowl. Reed doesn't even have cat ears. Don't you want to update this stream? I will see you guys next week. I 100% just meant for this to be a kind of bittersweet scene, Bulbug to be gone, and then to get to the Island of Fates. Everything about this whole let's go do the final battle thing, that was you guys, and I'm okay with it, but I just want cards up.
Sure.
Yep.
Blame it on us.
We gotta do it. We can't let Bulbug down. He's
Here,
spam.
Ben, if we beat Lutheria in the next battle, I will buy cat ear headphones.
Oh! Wow. That's putting pressure on the rest of us, y'all. I'm just saying.
You know what? I think we should all do it.
I mean, I
That'd be
like my
wonderful.
headphones though.
I know, me
That's
too.
it.
I just
y'all,
got
you
these.
can buy
Have
us
you guys
things
seen-
to help us win.
Have you guys seen the new headphones they have? They have these that are the same. What, Tammy, you're gonna flip? I want you on cam so we get the reaction. They have the new ones. It's literally exactly these same ones down the line, same quality and everything, except the ears come off and you can swap them with bunny ears or teddy bear ears.
Oh, I'm wearing the
don't
teddy
want that?
bears.
I'm wearing the
Oh.
bunny
Teddy
ears.
bears? Wait a minute. I didn't hear the teddy bear part. Okay.
I want to go to the
No
teddy bear
bunny ears.
picnic.
Oh,
Teddy bear
okay.
picnic, motherfucker.
Baby, I'm already a bear.
Okay.
Want it. Want it.
Bear competence. All right. I will see you
Okay.
guys next week. Have a good night, everybody.
See
Thank
you all next week, everybody. Thanks for
Bye.
joining. Good night, everybody.
Thank
We love
you.
you. Bye.